Hey everyone, Tankenstein here, and welcome to Stock to Spaded. In this episode, I'll be showcasing the M48 Super. This is a currently ranked 6 battle rating 9.3 medium tank in the German Ground Forces tech tree, and is optionally unlocked, sitting in the same folder spot on the tech tree as the KPZ-70. That makes it perfect for Stock to Spaded. As with every other Stock to Spaded video, I will bring this through at least 3 matches, with the first match being fully stock, the second match being about halfway spaded, and the third match being fully spaded. That way you can tell whether or not you might want to purchase this vehicle, how far you might want to go through in the grind with this vehicle, and possibly even if you want to fully spade it. As I will of course give you a great rundown, hopefully a great rundown, again from fully stocked to fully spaded, so you can see the entirety of how the grinding experience is. Now with that being said, if you don't mind, please consider liking, commenting, and especially subscribing, as that helps my channel to grow tremendously. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So here we are with the M48 Super, a very interesting looking vehicle from behind, because if just looking at it, nothing really gives away that this is an M48 except for this, and if you're looking at it from the front, this. It's a very, very upgraded vehicle. It's full of composite screens and additional side armor and all that will help against Heat FS, but it won't really be all that amazing versus things like APF SDS, which most people are going to use, unless of course you're stock. Now this is fully stabilized rather, and it has a similar power to weight ratio compared to a Leopard 1A5 or a Leopard 1A1. However, it's not all too great. I mean, it's about a half horsepower per ton different, so technically speaking, this is a touch slower. But it's interesting because this is kind of like an alternate version of that, you know, like the 1A5. Because, if I'm not mistaken, this also has the DM33 that you can unlock. This has whatever, but it's slightly slower with slightly better armor. So, you know, take it as you will. But it's almost kind of like a Bizarro Leopard 1A5. So, that said, let's go ahead, push up here. I'm not really expecting all too much. We do have the DM12 with 400 millimeters of armor pen, which at this BR isn't really bad, but it's not really phenomenal, mainly because, again, it's Heat FS. Heat FS is mediocre in pretty much every sense of the word, but at least we have that kill. What's not good is the fact that this guy is over there, and that's why Heat FS sucks. Right there, because it shot him right in the side, and it did nothing, but this should get the kill. Not too bad. Okay, we had an enemy right there, and I am toast. So you know what? Let's go get into one more real quick fully stock match, see what we could do. But, I mean, it's not terrible thus far, but again, it's kind of like a different flavor of what you could expect with the, you know, the Leopard 1A5. Again, both of these are fully optionally unlocked, and, yeah, not too terrible, though. 1 base cap, 2 ground targets killed. So let's just get into one more real quick match, fully stock, and then we can move to a halfway spaded match. Now, if you guys don't know, when it comes down to like my stock to spaded videos especially, I try to give a very honest look at these vehicles, right? Like, I'm not here to be like, oh, well, here's 30 kills in a match or whatever. Even though those are fun, like, if I get that, I get that, and I put it into a gameplay. But if I don't, I don't. And really, what Stock to Spaded is all about, at least for me, is capturing more or less what the essence of this vehicle is. Hopefully on a good match. You know, I would say the last match with this, it was literally the first match I ever played with this vehicle. I'd say it was actually a pretty decent match, you know, got around 1,000 score, not too bad. But, of course, we wanna give as accurate of a picture as possible. Let's go ahead and see if we can shoot this guy. I don't even know where the heck he is. Oh, there he is. Got the kill. Nice. And also, again, I mean, like, the DM12, it's not bad. Like, currently, I'm in a down tier. This is not bad at all. It's perfectly capable versus most enemies in a down tier, at least. So, that's pretty good. You know, it's got the same cannon as the Leopard. It does, so its power to weight ratio is just a touch lower, but because the chassis isn't as good, It does have, I think, like a 9 or 10 kilometer per hour lower top speed. So you will be able to still get up to like 56 kilometers per hour, if I'm not mistaken, with this, which isn't bad. You know, this is still as far as M48s are concerned, this is pretty mobile. But it's not really all that great. Fully stock, this is actually a pretty capable vehicle, I would say. Kind of wish I had shot at him first. Okay, there we go. That's not good, though. Okay, we got that kill. This guy does not have any idea I'm here. Nice, got that transmission. That's what we need. So again, I mean, fully stock, let's just kind of give an appraisal here. Sounds like we got an enemy over here. Almost kind of sounds like he's going over here. Ah, I should have waited another half second. That's buns. Oh, but wait, I'm still here. Woo! Lucky me. So let's give an appraisal of this vehicle, as I'm sure I'm about to die. There's like no way in heck I'm going to live here. So it's actually, I almost kind of like this fully stock more than I like the Leopard 1A5. Genuinely. I think that this is slightly better than the Leopard 1A5 fully stock, but that's not really necessarily saying all too much. Where should I shoot this guy? He is just all in my face. And I feel like he actually has the capability of repairing, whereas I don't. There we go. But overall, this is a fairly effective vehicle. Like I said, it's I feel like it's a little bit more well-balanced, fully stocked than the 1A5 is, the Leopard 1A5. And thus far, my experience with it is actually pretty decent. It's quick enough. It's got decent enough armament in a down tier. And, I mean, it's got decent enough armor. So, I mean, it's okay. It's kind of like the Leopard 1A5 is kind of like a glass cannon. This is a bit slower, but, it's got slightly better armor. So, give and take. That said, let's get into the halfway spaded match. So, here we are about halfway spaded with the M48 Super, and I'll stick by it, and I think it's even more true now the more that I play this thing. It feels like a slightly different version of the Leopard 1A5, right? Like, the Leopard 1A5, that's more of like your general glass cannon sort of thing. It's a bit faster than this, but it also has less armor. But interestingly, this actually has the same exact optics as the 1A5. This has the same exact gun, the same ammo, same turret traverse rate, same Gen 1 thermal, same laser range, all that stuff. Right? I mean, it's literally the same exact turret traverse rate, which is what surprised me most. And so you have it where, like, yeah, this vehicle is slightly slower, albeit, which kind of sucks, don't get me wrong, but it's not all that much, right? Like, its top speed is a bit slower, and it does have a bit of a worse suspension, which means that across rough terrain it can be a little bit slower to accelerate, things like that. But overall, it's not bad. I mean, for an M48, this is actually pretty damn impressive where its mobility is concerned. It's just a very effective vehicle that will be able to get you wherever you need with relative quickness. Now, I'm not going to say that this is a fast vehicle by any means, but anyone calling the M48 Super slow, I think, is a bit off their rocker. It's not. It's, at worst, it's average-ish, but it's not bad, especially with its, why did I just do that? Especially when you're not going through a bunch of barrels. But especially with its engine upgrade, it's actually pretty quick, I mean, it's reasonably quick. Okay, we have ourselves an enemy. Got that kill. Oh, that's great. Don't you love it when allies just give away your position? Oh, buddy. What do they call them? They call allies blue enemies. I don't think he knows I'm here, so I'm just going to wait a second. Okay, there we go. That's my chance to move up in the world. Now, that is the M60 A3 TTS, which is a vehicle I have experience with. I actually did a stock to spaded on that. Was not a fan of it. And because the M48 is also kind of in the same line as the M40, Rather, uh-oh, this is not good. We're kind of in the same boat here. But, ooh, this is not good. Let's go ahead and respawn, because I'm going to die here. But if nothing else, I was able to do some level of damage to him. So, I mean, thus far, you know, this has actually been one of the easier tanks that I've been playing recently to actually grind through. Like I said, I'm very impressed with it. Overall, it's a very complete and generally good package. It's got good armament, good mobility, good armor, in my opinion, relatively good. I mean, this is still the same old frontal hull of the M48, but the turret actually, even though it's only composite screens, you're talking about, give or take, around 200 millimeters, I think, of kinetic armor protection, or weapon protection, which isn't bad, you know? And this can definitely protect against things like autocannons and Heat FS with no problem at all. Like, no problems at all. It's actually got, I think, on many angles, upwards of 500 millimeters of Heat FS protection, which is phenomenal. But as you could probably tell, this match is unfortunately over. You use backups sometimes in instances like this, but rarely have I found a vehicle this consistent, where I feel like pretty much regardless of the scenario, you can use it and do okay in. Like, a 3-to-1 KD is nothing to scoff at, and I can pretty reliably get something like a 3-to-1 KD in this instance, hopefully a little bit better. Very nice. Have now a 4-to-1 KD. Got the sniper. Unfortunately, you only have Gen 1 thermals, which obviously really sucks. But, hey, you know what? It could be worse. So I said, before I die here, let's just go ahead and get into the fully spaded match, see what we could do. But, I mean, overall, again, 4 kills, 1 assist, a death. That ain't bad. And you know what? I might actually not die here because my allies could keep me alive. So, let's get into the fully spaded match, but thus far, halfway spaded, this is a very easy vehicle to grind, and I feel better playing this vehicle than I have with nearly any other vehicle that I've done in Stock to Spaded. It's that good. So here we are fully spaded with the M48 Super, and I'll be honest with you guys, this thing has been thoroughly surprising, like genuinely just a great overall vehicle. And it's just got everything that you could need. Mobility, armament, and even a decent amount of armor. I mean, it's not like incredibly well armored, but it's about what you could expect from a decently well armored vehicle at this BR. I mean, for example, the Leopard 185, which I also actually just played the heck out of and completed a Stock to Spaded for, has much worse armor than this. This just does way better in that regard. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize it was just my transmission that was out. I thought it was on fire, too. So, this thing, it's got good enough armor where in the front, you should be able to defend against autocannons, especially against that turret. Like, it's got thicker hull armor, like cast armor, obviously, steel armor. But again, that composite armor at the front, the composite screen, is really, really nice. Otherwise, this has the same exact armament as the A1, or 185 rather. So it's got that same 105mm cannon. It's got the same optics, believe it or not. Even the same turret traverse rate. It's all the same. Now, otherwise, this does have a slightly worse vertical guidance. It's like 1 degree less. But that doesn't really matter. I mean, you're talking like 19 to 20 degrees. So it's a negligible difference, if that. I'm going to go look over to my right real quick. Hopefully no one's coming. Somehow I did not hit him. What is going on with that guy? I have no clue. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We have actual enemy tanks over here. That's what I... Oh, man. Let's see if I can go over this. Oh! Very nice. Third kill, and I got that in a heck of a way. But otherwise, I mean, what do I think about this vehicle? I'm genuinely, again, impressed with it. It's a very good vehicle. It's got great armament. It's got good speed. You know, you might not think it, but this actually has pretty good speed. It's not as quick as the 1A5, but it's kind of close. Even though it's got the a 9 kilometer per hour lower top speed, it doesn't really feel that much slower. And I think because, like, your usable speed, basically what you can get from your power to weight ratio on this really is not all that much lower. Again, it's got a marginally lower power to weight ratio compared to the 1A5, which is just really nice. So I should have enough, quick enough reload to be able to shoot at this guy. Got the kill. Very nice. What is that, 5 kills? Not bad. But otherwise, I mean, this has, again, everything, at least in my opinion, that you need in order to be successful with the tank. It's got good armor, good armament, and good speed. And so, in many ways, I actually prefer this. Again, I did a full stock dissipated on the 1A5. I don't know if I've released it yet as of the recording of this video. But I like this more. What the hell is this guy doing? That's just plain insulting. But I like this more than the 1A5. You know, again, it's got pretty much everything that has, except a little bit more armor. Like, why not? You know, I mean, like, with the 1A5, you're not going to be able to protect against AP, or not AP, well, I guess APDS, like autocannons, you're not going to. But with this, you can. I feel like I got someone to my left. Well, no one I can see. But, yeah, I mean, overall, excellent vehicle. The M48 Super, a genuine surprise. If I had to give it a rating, I think I might have given the... Oh, that was ugly. Not good enough to defend against that autocannon, I guess. Let's see. Right there in the worst spot possible. That's why I didn't defend against it. Wow. So, in general... Yeah, I mean, I fully recommend it. I recommend it slightly more than I do the Leopard 1A5. Of course, if you like the Leopard 1A5 or if you like a little bit more mobility, the 1A5 is going to be for you. But if you want a more balanced tank, I'd say go for the M48 Super any day of the week. Again, genuinely surprising how good that vehicle is, being that it is on an M48 chassis. Like, I'm blown away by it. It feels like how a modern MBT is, how they all have good armament, and for the most part have good speed. It's kind of the same way here. I mean, it's just genuinely surprising, whereas like the Leopard, any Leopard, right? Like Leopard 1, they got good speed and good armament, but they lack the armor. This has the armor and just a little bit less speed. So I guess that's probably about it. But that said, thanks so much for watching. If you don't mind, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. But I'm going to go on a quick CAS run with my ME262A2A, because why the hell not? By the way, thanks again, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.